ये माधवा ये मधुसूदना ये माधवा ये मधुसूदना ये माधवा ये मधुसूदना ये माधवा ये मधुसूदना दामोदरा हे मुरलीधरा दामोदरा हे मुरलीधरा
Narayana Govinda Madhava Sai Narayana Govinda Keshava Sai Narayana Govinda Madhava Sai Narayana Govinda Keshava Sai Narayana Govinda Madhava Sai Narayana Govinda
Jaya Narayana Jaya Hari Om. Jaya Narayana Jaya Hari Om. Narayana Jaya Hari Om. Jaya Narayana Jaya Hari Om. Sai Narayana Jaya Hari Om. Sai Narayana Jaya Hari Om. Sai Narayana Jaya Hari Om.
Bhava Murugaya Vadive Varada
Bhava Murugaya Vadive Varada
Bhava Murugaya Vadive Varada
Bhava Murugaya Vadive Varada
Bhava Kumara Tirthatikya
Bhava Kumara Tirthatikya
Bhava Kumara Tirthatikya
Bhava Kumara Tirthatikya
Welcome to Sathya Sai Baba Center of Central San Jose. Any newcomers today? So, we have some service announcements. On Monday, we have HEP. On Tuesday, we have homework enrichment at Subrata Family Shelter. And on Wednesday, we have tutoring at HEP and as well at San Jose Family Shelter and also at Morning Hill. And the other announcements are that we are starting to collect blankets and towels and also newspapers for Animal Welfare, Society of Animal Welfare. So these need not be new ones, these can be used or like new ones. We're going to be collecting for the next 2 weeks, so we have time until I think November 4th. That will be the last time we'll be meeting this, right, next couple of weeks. After that will be cab and birthday. So before that we would like to collect it. Here are some pictures from the Avatar Declaration Day celebrations. This was on Thursday where a lot of kids and adults were helping us prepare the winter kits. This was at the park yesterday. We were at the Powder Creek Park. We were doing some cleanup and spreading the high bar. Some lovely pictures where we had a lot of adults, young adults, also seniors participating. This is some pictures from the Bhajan Swami's 91st birthday celebrations last week. This is for Akhanda Bhajans. So please, if you have not made your reservations yet, please go ahead. The group reservation code is SAI. We don't know how long the discounts will still be valid for. But this time, we request you to go ahead and call them to make the reservation. And this is the birthday celebrations coming up the coming week, Monday through Saturday. Request Parvati to introduce the speaker today.
Sairam. Okay, can I just mention a little bit about the Global Akhand Bhajan? The accommodations, this every year we have early bird rates and things like that in an effort to encourage everybody to sign up. And what's the need of signing up is basically it's a small hall and it's a small hotel. And if we have more of us signed up, lobby and everywhere, we can move about freely. Otherwise, we'll have to share it with others because they're simultaneously making reservations. So that's, if you are thinking about making reservations there, please do so earlier than later. But it's not a pitch to say you have to reserve, it's just if you are. So I'll come back to this eye to eye today. So I think we are very blessed. Again, Swami is providing us another opportunity for the eye to eye transformation speaker series. And I'm also grateful to the center, Raghu, Vignesh, Natha, and everybody for accommodating so many events that we kind of bring up. Thank you. And we're starting a little early. I guess people will come a little later. But today's speaker, we have Dr. Jagadish Chandra, and he has spoken here before. And he comes here on business, and he contacted us just a few days before he was coming here. He said he was coming, and then we contacted other centers as well. So he's been very gracious going to Fremont Center, San Jose Center, and today he's here. And today actually he came to the study circle as well, and it was a bonus for us who were there. I'll read his bio, but you'll see he has had so many years in close contact with Swami in terms of observing, and I'm sure imbibing the practical lessons. And our theme today is living his message, and it's very apt for that. So I'd like to read his bio for those few who may not have been there last time. So Jagadish Chandra joined the Sri Sathya Sai Institute for Higher Learning in 2000 and graduated with BSc Honors in Physics in 2003 and MSc in Physics again, Honors, 2 years later. He went on to complete Masters in Philosophy in 2007 and PhD in Physics in 2010. And professionally, he has worked as a professor at the Sri Sathya Sai Institute for Higher Learning and Department of Physics in 2011 and 2012. So we're talking about 2000 to 2012, being right there. Currently, he's employed as an associate specialist at KLA Tencor. That's what brings him here, so we're grateful for that. But now I want to talk about his association with Swami, what he has done. In 2007 and 2010, Jagadish was blessed to be part of Swami's entourage during his visits to Chennai, Kodaikanal, Delhi, and Shimla. Jagadish has also acted in a number of dramas in front of Swami. He has also scripted and directed many to be enacted in Swami's divine presence. He has been blessed to give talks in Swami's presence on a number of occasions, including during the Veda Purusha Sathya Yagna, Vice Chancellor's Conference, and Atirudra Mahayagna. So with that, please join me in welcoming, giving a warm welcome to Dr. Jagadish Chandra.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Loving and humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our Lord, Master, Guru, Guide, Friend, Philosopher, all in one. Heartfelt gratitude to the office bearers and also to Sister Prema for actually giving me this opportunity to come in touch with so many families across here, Sai families, and share those experiences, those days, and relive those moments that I was blessed to spend in the divine presence. In fact, when I think of giving a talk nowadays, it's not so much about the fear of giving a talk or the topic or anything like that. The moment I get up, the moment I have a thing in my hand, everything triggers a thought, because there's not a single avenue in our life that was left untouched by Swami. At every juncture, at every occasion, small or big, every small thing that we look at nowadays suddenly takes me back to a time and find that particular experience that we had with Swami, or that lesson that we learned in the Divine Presence. In fact, I was just bending down to take Swami's Namaskar, and this is a small cheat sheet rather. I just wrote down what I was wanting to speak, and I just jotted down a few experiences that I wanted to share. And there's a very funny episode even with that. Once the speaker did that, he was about to give a talk in Bhagwan's presence. He prepared a nice little cheat sheet like that, and he left it on the podium. As Swami came, just imagine, he went to take Swami's blessings, and he took Swami's blessings, and Swami got up from there, went around the podium, picked up the cheat sheet and went back. This boy was left high and dry. He was looking, I think that is the best lesson of surrender that he could get at that point in time. Because Swami literally had his speech. I seek Swami's forgiveness now, because Swami never ever liked anyone to carry a cheat sheet like that while talking. But there are so many things that go on in my mind right now, and it is very difficult for me to be focused. So I have this so that I can maintain my focus while I am giving my talk. The topic, eye to eye, living his message, is such a beautiful one. In fact, the thought comes many a times in mind that what exactly is living Swami's message? What is it that we need to do special? And on one occasion, when the old students or the alumnus of the university gathered at Swami's lotus feet and had to ask only one question, Swami, please tell us, what is it that we need to do in our lives to make you happy? Tell us that one single thing that we want, that we should do in our lives so that you are happy with us. Can you guess what Swami's answer was? Swami's answer was, I just want you all to be happy. Ultimately, whatever we are trying to do at the end of the day is seeking happiness in some form or the other. And Swami was so loving and gracious. He said, I just want you all to be happy. And that was it. No matter how much boys asked, no matter how much the students asked, he never had a single thing to tell us that I want you to do this, this and this for me. Never. So this triggers one more very beautiful episode, that when we say the journey from I to I, the small I to the capital I, what exactly is that journey? And how does one undertake that journey? It's a very beautiful thing. And one day during Guru Nanak's birthday, it was a celebration, we celebrate every festival in Parthi. Swami started talking about that very beautiful phrase that is used in Sikhism. They say Bahaguru. I'm sure we all would have heard that Vaheguru, Vaheguru we say, and there's even a bhajan, Vaheguru. But the way we use the pronounce the word, it appears like Vaheguru. It's why. Guru, why is it like that always? Why Guru? Why this? Why that? And Swami says that we have literally started believing that. We start questioning the Guru. Why Guru? Why this is happening in this fashion? Why can't it happen like that? And then Swami said, you know what? The actual meaning of that word is not why. It actually means Vah. Vah means praise unto thee. And so you're just praising Vah. When you say you feel very happy, someone say Vah. Swami said, actually the word is supposed to be Vah Guru. Lord, you are a phenomenon. Whatever is happening is because you are the ultimate one. It's because of your benign guidance, because of your mercy is what is happening. So Swami said, it is so important that we do not question the Guru by asking him, why Guru? But it's better to sing the praise of the Lord and say, Vaha Guru, Vaha Guru. And that is one beautiful aspect of this journey, to adhere to what the Guru says and guides. One very beautiful lesson that we learned at Bhagwan's lotus feet was how to follow that particular path. If you observe, most of our Upanishads are in the forms of stories. Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Mahabharata. Have you ever thought why those teachings? The Vedantic philosophy is supposed to be a great philosophy. Why is that philosophy always in the form of stories? It's because a story is the simplest way to stitch values together that can be imparted. You stand and talk 1,000 words about the highest forms of laws and rules and regulations we don't remember, but one story, it remains with us because the story comes with a meaning, very profound meaning. And there was no one, none a better storyteller than Bhagwan himself. The way he would drive those lessons is absolutely in an immaculate way. Just imagine Swami called the tiny tots of the second standard for a class interview. All of them sitting with Swami. And in that interview room, Swami said, boys, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, on a tree, a little bird built its nest. Twig by twig, day by day, the nest would be built. And then the bird decided to live in it happily. One fine day, there came a storm. The tree was shaken up, and so was the nest. And then Swami stopped. That is a master storyteller. All the eyes were looking at Swami, glued at Swami, with just one question, Swami, what happened to the bird? And then Swami smiled and said, the bird flew away, for it had the wings of faith. In such a short span, what a story. That in this journey from I, the small I to the capital I, one of the most key aspects is faith. And that is the reason 20th October 1940, the first message that the young Sathya chose to give to humanity in the form of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba was Manasa Bhajare Guru Charana. That was such a profound message. Coming back to this topic, the message always is a continuous flow. The way Swami builds up everything. One particular thing that he always used to play around is the way he uses the words. The word Bhagavatam is actually it's a collection of stories of the glory of Lord, of various avatars. In Telugu, the word is slightly contorted in a way that it is called Bhagavatamu. And Swami would play around with that word. It says, he used to call boys Dunnapota. Dunnapota means a buffalo. Because buffaloes do not tend to think. They just, if the first buffalo leads, all the buffaloes follow his way. And Swami used to tell us Dunnapota because he said, just see the beauty with which he uses the word. He said, I call you buffalo because at least by listening to this word 10 times, you will at least try to become good fellow. That is why he used to call us buffaloes. Then he would come back and he said, the word Bhagavatam, what does it signify? Actually, if you see the word Bhagavatamu is very close to the Telugu word Bhagavatam, means I shall improve. If I listen to Bhagavatam, I will improve. In Telugu it is Bhagavatamu vinte Bhagavatamu. That is how Swami would pray. And then Swami, in fact, that is the beauty with which every avatar or every guru would use his language or whatever is physically close to that particular avatar to convey a very particular message. In fact, when Ramakrishna Paramahansa would address his disciples, somebody asked him, Mahasya, what do we learn from Gita? And he would immediately say, the best thing that we can learn from Bhagavad Gita is if you read Gita from behind, it is Tyagi. In Bengali, Tyagi means Tyagi, the one who was renunciated or sacrificed. So the best lesson to be learned from Gita is Tyaga, that is sacrifice. So this was about that particular Bhagavatam. But then Swami would go ahead and say, Bhagavatamu. Bhagavatamu. These are the syllables. Each one stands as a step to reach God. The perfect journey, from the small I to the capital I. Bha stands for bhakti. This is what Swami said. Bha stands for bhakti. Ga stands for jnana. Va stands for vairagya. Ta stands for tattva bodhana. Mu stands for mukti. So it's a beautiful flow. You start with devotion, bhakti, then come to the state of jnana. When jnana comes, it leads to vairagya. When vairagya is obtained, it leads to the knowing of the ultimate or subtle realities of the creation, tattva bodhana. That ultimately leads to mukti. But I would try to relate to this beautiful journey through the little lessons that we learned in our own way. Bha, that is bhakti. This was the experience that I was just sharing at the study circle. And it's a beautiful episode because many times we have that doubt that when we go through the ups and downs of our life, how do we approach God? And in one of the Day sessions, Swami was very beautifully telling us the secret to this. He told, boys, life is fragile, handled with prayer. So beautiful, right? Life is fragile, handled with prayer. And then Swami went on to qualify that statement. He said, prayer is man's only strength and God's only weakness. The practical aspect of it. It was the year 2007. We were with Swami in Chennai. I would also share a few things here and there to give a glimpse of what it is to be with Bhagavan. In fact, just imagine early in the morning, you just had your breakfast, you're waiting outside Bhagavan's room, and Swami comes out, and the first question he asks is, are your tanks full? Did you have your breakfast? So that is how he would play a perfect host. That is the first question he asks. If you don't eat well, you will not pay attention to my words. You always keep thinking of food. So are your tanks full? So engines are running fine now? Okay. So that is how the conversation would begin. One of the days when our trip was coming to an end, Swami decided to play a prank on all of us. So he just wanted to pull our leg. And what did he do? He just called all of us. And he said, boys, देखो, Baba के dress में कोई pocket नहीं है. Baba's dress doesn't have a pocket. So naturally, Baba does not have money because there is no pocket. Now, I could not book flight tickets back for you. So you have to be on your own from now. You go your way, I go my way. And at that point in time, we heard some giggles around from here and there, but when Swami is right in front of you, you cannot keep looking left and right. So we were trying to focus what is exactly happening. But those giggles that were going on gave an indication that maybe Swami is playing a prank. So we thought to play our roles perfectly in that drama. We were thinking that we were playing a good role in the drama, and then Swami started asking, so you know how much is the flight ticket back from Chennai to Bangalore, to Parvati? So he asked somebody, how much is the flight ticket? Swami, I think roughly 8,000 rupees. देखो वो 8,000 बोलता है. That person says it is 8,000, so it must be 8,000. You have 8,000 rupees with you now? So we were not just waiting for the first person to answer. What he answers, we all will follow suit. The first person, Swami, I don't have it right now, but in Parthi I can go and withdraw from ATM and give you. I said, okay, good boy. Parthi mein deta hai. This boy will give me in Parthi. Next boy. What about you? Swami, I will also give you in Parthi. I don't have anything right now. Okay, you also give. One by one, a battery of us gave us the same answer. Swami in Parthi. Right in front there was a boy was oblivious to what was happening behind. He couldn't hear any giggles because he was looking at Swami like this. Swami was standing right in front of him. The moment Swami asked him, 8,000 deta hai? This fellow literally broke down. Swami, I don't have any money. You never told me. I didn't get anything. I don't have any money. And the moment he started crying, you should have seen Swami. Ek tamasha karta hai. I'm just kidding. I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't want. And Swami said, hey Bangaru, I got you here. Why won't I take you back? Don't stop crying now. That fellow was still wiping his tears. Life is fragile. Handle with prayer. The moment each of us try to use our brains there, we were thinking that we'll try to give an Swami, I'll give in Parthi, Swami, I'll withdraw from ATM, Swami, I'll ask my father. This boy literally cried. He said, I don't have anything. If you don't take me, I don't know what will happen to me. That Anyatha Sharanam Nasti's title gets justified. The moment you surrender and cry in front of him, he will melt down. So, I'm sorry, I was the one who was making fun. I didn't mean to hurt you. That was literally the way Swami said, tamasha karta hai. I'm just joking. Don't take it seriously. I'll take you back, all of you. And then he would justify. He said, ask him whether I booked tickets for you or not. 3 or 4 people had to come and watch what Swami is saying is right. And then that is how it would go. Why I chose to put this under the topic Bhakti is, there is nothing that can pull the ultimate more stronger than the ropes of Bhakti. When you pull him with that force, he has no option but to yield. So much so that there was a devotee who was an ardent follower of Mother Goddess. And he was extremely upset with Lord Rama. Why? Because it was Lord Rama who left Mother Sita in the forest. His agony and his anguish was such that in one Dayaghana trip, when Swami glorified Rama, this gentleman got upset. And then when the dinner session started and Swami was talking about things, he said, no Swami, what you are playing is wrong. No, he did wrong. He left Mother Sita. How could he do that? Useless fellow. He literally used these words like that. And you can imagine it is the same avatar sitting there. And but you know the bond that he shares with devotees, the kind of relationship he has. Just imagine Swami trying to pacify him, telling, Bangaru, it's over, it's past, it's history, forget it now. Now I'm in front of him. No, Swami, how could he do it? Forget Bangaru, just leave it. And he would leave. That is the beauty of the relationship a devotee had with Swami. But does maintaining that relationship always mean about being serious, about being steadfast? We all have a notion. In fact, the very word God is nothing but a mythical creation of something in our mind. It's a figment of imagination. How far are we close to reality is something we all have to judge for ourselves. We don't have an answer. But I'll tell you one episode. It was during the Gram Seva, year 2002. You just see how Swami would approach. The episode is one part, but the build-up to that episode is also equally beautiful. Swami came down one day, he started distributing prasadam with his own hands, and he says, boys, I have a small desire. And God makes that statement, I have a small desire. Your ears should grow like that of an elephant. It's not something ordinary that is going to tell. He said, boys, I have a small desire. He said, Swami, please command. You all right there. The devotees of Dharmavaram have served me from ages. From the time when there was no railway station, the way people used to come to Puttaparthi was get down at Dharmavaram, take a bus and come. And in those days, the devotees of Dharmavaram would be waiting with a cup of hot coffee or tea and upma and pongal just to ensure that the travelers don't suffer. They felt the kinship towards them. Today, I want you all to go and do Grama Seva in Dharmavaram. You just think, Dharmavaram is almost close to a good, decent city. And when Swami is doing Grama Seva in Dharmavaram, what does that mean? Grama Seva is supposed to be done in villages. He said, I want you to take that message to them that I have not forgotten them. Just imagine some devotee, a bunch of devotees who decided to serve the pilgrims by a cup of hot tea and upma. How Swami would remember that? So this was the build-up of this story. So we all were like all gung-ho about going and serving Dharmaram. All the 50 odd trucks went to Dharmaram. We did our service. But then suddenly somebody got a brainwave that we all should come back in a convoy. We all went together. Let us all come back in a convoy. So that Swami will feel happy seeing all of us coming back together. But Dharmaram is not like an ordinary Indian village. It is quite spread. By the time we came back, means we made the convoy formation to come back together, it was night 10 o'clock. So we set out to do the service early in the morning, somewhere around 7. It was almost night, 8 or 10 o'clock. By the time we reached Puttaparthi, it was 11:30, 12ish. Swami was still up. He was sitting in his room waiting to hear the Dayaghana. When he would hear the Jaya Bolo Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, as we would enter, we would shout that and we would enter the mandir. The moment Swami heard, he looked at the watch, he was furious. The first people whom he took to task were the organizers. So they had it. They said, these are my boys, not your coolies. They are not laborers. You cannot take them at morning 9 o'clock and get them back at night 12 o'clock. No. You should have seen the next day. We never felt that exhaustion. We were like waiting to tell Swami, we did it. Yeah, yesterday you told us to go to Dharmaram. We did it. And Swami was like, he came to our face and said, boys, I'm very sorry. I said, Swami, why are you telling that? See, I put you all through so much of hardship. You all came at night 11:30 and you all came again for darshan in the morning. We always think that God means, the word God stands for absolute rules, mercilessly followed rules. And here was Swami, he was telling us, boys, body is essential for your spiritual journey. Without that you cannot progress. Ask the people in the mandir to turn off the PA system so that boys don't get to hear Swami is coming. Normally we have the darshan music going on when Swami comes. Swami asked them to turn off the PA system, so that none of the boys get to know that he's coming. He would come and go. He saw us and he said, Dunna Bodullara. Again, he said, buffaloes. He'll never follow what I said. But then some boys just came back and this is the way Swami's love would manifest itself in the form of various teachings. And this was possible only because of that environment of bhakti. Not necessarily the students, but the entire environment, the relationship that devotees had with Swami and the entire setup was there. That actually kindled this atmosphere. The next step, Jnana. Well, Jnana is, or knowledge, the ultimate knowledge, is something which cannot be communicated in words. Swami has often told, and we have heard him saying, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. It is that which cannot be communicated through words and mind cannot grasp it. Yet, this is a very humble attempt to demonstrate what it is. And it's through a very beautiful episode again. When Bhagavan decides to teach us a lesson, it doesn't come in a very ordinary fashion. It comes in an absolutely extraordinary fashion. It was one occasion, a festive occasion in Shantinili. Bhagavan gave his discourse. The end of the discourse is always by a beautiful song in his own melodious voice. And this time it was Hari Bhajana Bina Sukha Shanti. Sure, all of you know that bhajan. As Bhagavan started singing Hari Bhajan Bina Sukha Shanti Nahi, Hari Jnana Bina Anand Nahi, Prema Bhakti Bina Udhar Nahi. Fourth line Swami forgot. Just imagine. What a beautiful drama. As if Swami forgot the fourth line and he was like looking for somebody who could save him. There was this boy sitting right in front who was a bhajan singer. And he looked at Swami quizzically and said, what exactly is the problem? Swami just indicated to him that I forgot the next line. He says, oh, so he just turned his head, Hari Bhajana Vina Sukh Shanti Nahi Prema, Prema Bhakti Vina, Guru Seva Vina Nirvana Nahi. He said, Swami, Guru Seva Vina Nirvana Nahi. And that's a good boy, Bangalu. The bhajan continued from then on, Guru Seva Vina Nirvana Nahi, and then the entire bhajan got over. Swami was very happy with that, but Bangalu, good boy. Next day, a few days later, Swami again gave a divine discourse, and again he chose to sing Hari Bhajana Vina Sukh Shanti Nahi. This time Swami forgot the second line. This boy was again sitting in the first line. And he was literally almost prepared. He said, okay, I'm there. So, the moment Swami looked at him, he said, Swami, Prema Bhakti Vina Uddhar Nahi. Good boy, Bangalu. Good boy. Swami continued with the bhajan. Again at the end of the bhajan, Swami looked at him, good boy, Bangalu. Nice. Third time, again an occasion, again the wonderful discourse, again Hari Bhajana Vina Sukh Shanti Nahi. This time this boy was sitting telling Swami as if, why fear when I am there? If you are, I'm holding your back, you don't worry. You just sing and I'm there, your central defender. This time Swami did not forget. He always has that beautiful twist in that story. The bhajan went beautifully. And this time this boy was saying, what happened? What went wrong this time? He didn't forget. And as he was sitting, Swami was right in front of him, staring at him all the time. And he said, hey boy, kya sochta hai? Swami bhul gaya. What do you think Swami is forgetting? And then Swami looks at him and said, if I start forgetting, the universe will come to a standstill. But if I don't act as if I am forgetting, you will never get a chance to be a part of my drama. Many a times, that thing that comes and haunts us is Swami comes and asks, you feel very happy. What is your name? What do you think? Doesn't Swami know my name? But just imagine if he knows everything, he doesn't looks at any one of us and just walks by, we will never ever have that experience of what it is to interact with an avatar. Just imagine what is that, isn't that a lesson in humility for us? Bhakti, Jnana. I think this one statement that Swami made, if I start forgetting things, the universe will come to a standstill. I think there is no greater knowledge for us to know that the one to whom we had surrendered was the ultimate. And just abiding by what he has taught, there is nothing more that needs to be done. In fact, there's one more beautiful experience which I had an opportunity to share in Bhagwan's presence. It was the same thing. A devotee had got a brand new car, the first of its kind, shipped right from Japan to Chennai. From Chennai, it came to Bangalore and it was parked right in front of Swami's residence, Dayaghana. Just imagine that Sunday morning, Swami steps out of Dayaghana. It's a glorious sight. It's a sight for the angels to behold. Swami walks right in front and he sees a car kept in front and the devotee was eagerly waiting. We all need that opportunity to interact. And Swami looked and you see the drama that he weaves around it. Wow! Itna bada car, such a big car. So beautiful. This is the honey trap. This devotee drew into it, said, drawn into it, said, yes Swami, it's like beautiful car. You know Swami, this is the first of its kind. Dunya mein aisa car ek hi hai. Because that was the first model. The first model of that car which was built came straight here and said, Swami, dunya mein aisa car ek hi hai. That is what Swami says. I am a child amongst children. I am a man amongst men. And when I am alone, I am God. He creates the drama, weaves it, takes it to a pinnacle, and then he gives the lesson there. So now we understand why most of the lessons are given on hilltops. no lesson greater to be learned that the one whom we had amidst us, we have amidst us even now, is the most precious thing. To know Him, to be associated with Him. Doesn't matter whether physically or not. Just the fact to know Him is itself something so very profound, we just cannot imagine. I'll give you an aside to it. There was once a gentleman who enjoyed all luxuries of life. And one fine day, he was baptized by Ramakrishna Paramahansa to become one of the ordered monks. Please don't take him as an example though. He was asked at a later point in time what he felt about being a disciple of Ramakrishna. He said, he said, if I knew that the pit to bury my sins were so huge, I would have committed many more. Somebody asked Swami Vivekananda once that I have never ever got a chance to see or be in the divine presence or the physical presence of Ramakrishna. Will I ever get liberation? Vivekananda had a very beautiful question. Did you ever get to see him? In those days there were no photographs, of course. Did you ever get to see him? He said, yes, once when Thakur was climbing onto the boat from the bank, I got a chance to take a glimpse of his dhoti. He said, my brother, not just this birth, the next 100 births are taken care of. Seeing Swami, it is not a mere photograph. It is not about being physically present in Puttaparthi at any point in time or not. The very fact that we have known him is enough. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vedti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so arjunaha. The one who realizes by birth and action I am divine, he has got or attained liberation here and now. This is the promise which Lord Krishna makes to Arjuna. You don't need to, whether you believe me, whether you see me, is a different thing. If you know that Krishna is divine, oh, I know that he is God, that is enough. Everything is taken care of. That is jnana. Vairagya. It is that part of the spiritual journey when one thinks or when one goes to the realms of detachment because he has found something so very sweet, something so very profound that the world has lost its charm. And when that is found, there is no need for anything else. There's a very beautiful episode in the Tulsi Ramayana when Tulsidas actually considers Hanuman to be his guru. He says, Hanuman, that you are my guru, my God is Ram. I am catching hold of the feet of my guru to take me to my Lord, who is Ram. So it is your responsibility to take it. So when you put your entire faith in your guru, so much so that you have detached yourself and you are completely as a Vairagi or in Vairagya, it now becomes the sole duty of the guru to take you to the ultimate destination. So what happened was, Tulsidas used to do only one thing from morning and night. What it was, he would take the sandalwood, a small stub of the sandalwood tree, and he would create that sandalwood paste so that any devotee who would pass by, he would christen them. He would just put a dot of the sandalwood paste on their forehead. And what happened during that was, one fine day, Lord Rama and Lakshmana came as two young boys, and they came running to Tulsidas and they said, Kaka, hame bhi tilak to lagao. He said, why won't you put that dot for us too? And Tulsidas was so much in Vairagya, he just took that, dipped his hand into the cup and christened both of them, and both of them ran. But when you catch hold of the Guru, Hanuman was sitting on top of the tree. Now he said that if I don't tell Tulsidas that it was Ram who has come, he will catch hold of my neck because I am supposed to be his guru and I am supposed to lead him to Rama. And that is when Hanuman starts singing loudly. He says, Chitrakoot ke dham mein bhai santan ki bheed, Tulsidas chandan ghise, tilak kare Raghuveer. He starts singing a very beautiful song. He says, in that holy town of Chitrakoot, where there are so many saints, sages and devotees around, it is Tulsidas who is making the sandalwood paste, but guess to whom he is applying it? It is Raghuveer himself. And the moment Tulsidas gets to know that, he starts running behind those two kids. When one detaches himself completely from the worldly duties so much so that he is totally engrossed in thinking of the Lord has no option but to reveal himself in some form or the other, either directly or indirectly through a guru. Tattva Bodhana. The relationship between Vairagya and Tattva Bodhana is very beautiful. Knowing the intricacies of the creation of the universe, that was the ultimate knowledge that was transferred from Yama to Nachiketa. That is the essence of conversation between Gargi and Maitreya. That is the ultimate knowledge that Adi Shankara shared with us. But in our own foolishness, we sometimes do not realize what happens. A very beautiful episode. At one point in time in the year 2007, I was playing the role of Krishna in a drama, Shree Krishna Rayabara. The lessons that we can learn from this episode are numerous. It's just a fantastic memory. I was supposed to be going onto the stage, and it was customary, since Swami was always the director of all plays that we put up. He would come to the bhajan hall where all the actors would gather and would have a personal moment with each one of them and talk to them, and then he would tell them, okay, you can go to the stage now, I'll come there and you can present. So just imagine, I'm sitting there painted blue. Swami's car comes. He looks at me. The contours of his face changed in such a way that I knew it was not good omen for me. He looked at me and said, Chee, who painted you so blue? Krishna was never like this. I said, oh my God. Even before the drama began, my scene had ended. I did not know what to do next. But just imagine his mercy. He came down from the car. He said, who was the one who did your makeup? This was the escape route for me. I just pointed my hand to the teachers. These are the people who were responsible. He said, useless fellows, come here, remove all the paint from his face. So you just imagine I'm sitting right in the center. Two hands are scrubbing me here, two hands are scrubbing me here. So it's like they're trying to peel me off the entire paint. In fact, see, at that point in time, they're so much in devotion, they want to try to show somebody that they're really working hard. They don't realize it's a human face. I'm almost scared that my skin would peel off. But nevertheless, they did all of that. And then, to see the details which Swami would take, he said, see, not that shade, pick up this shade of blue and apply it. Don't put blue in this area, put pink in this area. I'm sure it is a very good lesson for the other side. And then he would say, apply the gold dust on his eyelids. After all of that, he just took a step back and said, yeah, now it looks okay. Okay, now stand up. So I got up. See, just imagine, I was actually floating this. Swami's attention on me is almost 45 minutes. He's just looking at me and staring at me. What else on earth do I want? But that has its own drawbacks, I'll tell you that. I was standing and Swami just looked at me, talked to me, he said, just walk a few paces front and back. So I just walked. No, don't walk like you normally walk. Walk like the way Krishna is supposed to walk. So I just walked and went ahead and then came back. And then Swami saw your ankles are visible. Krishna's ankle should not be seen. He tells the directors, just adjust his costume so the ankle of Krishna should not be seen. And then they realized that the parani was not put, that the red color alta, what they call it, on the feet. They didn't put that. Srivatsa at hand. Where is the garland? So you can just imagine how Swami was, the specific details that he would go into. And after all that was done, Swami was finally like, that smile came back that we were waiting for. And that is the honey trap once again. There was one scene in the drama The ending of the drama is Krishna reveals the cosmic form in the Kaurava court, where Duryodhana tries to capture him. That was the finale. That was the one scene we had not shown to Swami. Shown to Swami in our rehearsals, because we never had an idea of how we would portray that scene. And it was just 4 days back that we developed it. And in my absolute foolishness, I go to Swami and say, Swami, you want to see the cosmic scene? Yes, we can show you right now. So Swami is just looking, oh, now you will show me the cosmic scene. Yes, Swami, right now. If you want, I can just in a matter of moments, seconds, I can show that to you. Even then, the tube light did not glow. Yes, Swami, just 2 minutes, Swami. So I called all the guys who were there around. They stood, we made that formation. And the 10 hands, you can imagine the swords and Chanka, Chakra, Gada, Padma, all standing in. Swami played a perfect role in that drama. I said, awesome. He acted as if the real cosmic form would have faded pale in front of this. So beautiful. So nice voice. I'm really happy. I thought the purpose of my life has been achieved. There is nothing more to it. But there was a lesson Swami wanted to teach. The spiritual part and the physical part. I was so much lost in ecstasy and happiness that, oh my God, I have shown the cosmic form to Swami and Swami is so happy. I was sitting right under Swami's nose and I was just not even willing to lift my head up. I was just lost. One by one, Swami started interacting with each of the characters of the drama. And suddenly, his eyes fell on a character who was dressed up like a sage. Swami asked him, what is your name? That poor fellow told his name, some Amit or something it was. He said, not your name, Dhanapata, what is the character that you are playing? He said, Swami, I am playing Kripacharya. He said, Kripacharya? Oh. What is your father's name? He again told his father's name. I am not asking your father's name. Tell me Kripacharya's father's name. And he said, Swami, I don't know. What kind of son you are? Next boy. What is his father's name? Swami, Kripacharya's father's name? Yes. I don't know. Next. Nobody had the answer. Till then I was still lost. Hey Krishna, Kripacharya के father का नाम क्या है? I don't know, Swami. What fellow? You became so big that you showed a cosmic form to me, but you don't know Kripacharya's father's name. That was the perfect prick I could get just before the performance. In the entire episode, just imagine from a very physical point of view, if I was in that state of mind, wherein I'm just totally lost, I would not have performed well on the stage, I'm sure. There had to be something that would get me down. I mean, Swami praised me, Swami said, oh wow, you look fantastic and fabulous, and I was lost. All that was needed was that much. The way he chose to get me down by imparting this beautiful lesson was just pricking at the right time. What useless fellow. You were showing me cosmic form, so big. And he was entitled trying to tell me that I gave you 3 hints. Oh, will you show me the cosmic? Yes, Swami, I should just start right now. I'll show you right away. Still you didn't get it. How can you be so lost before a performance? That is the trick of the devil. He knows, the master knows the right time, which tire needs to be inflated and which one needs to be deflated. And he gave that whole treatment at that point just to ensure that I was perfectly prepared for my performance. That was a beautiful experience at that point. In fact, just to go take this thing further ahead, 2 members who performed in that drama, just imagine who they were. Krishna, the protagonist, and Duryodhana, the antagonist. Both of us are on the entourage. In the entourage, we Swami to go to Chennai, and guess what? We both are sitting right next to each other on the plane. And as the plane took off from Puttaparthi, it's customary that Swami would glide by, talking to each one of us, whether we are comfortable or not. And he suddenly comes to us, and he looks at both of us with so eyes wide, big, so much of joy. What? What am I seeing? Krishna, Duryodhana, friends? He did like that and he walked away. And you can just see what a prank he played on, and we were just roaring at that point in time. Is that lesson that me and my brother at that point in time were discussing is that in spite of being God, if He can remember such small details, why can't we pay attention to those smaller details in life? There cannot be a greater example for that when it comes to details. When Swami hosts somebody, when Swami takes care of a project, the way he does things is an example for each one of us. It was one of the band performances. We were part of the Western brass band, and one performance was going on. The band had a pet dog. We were not supposed to have a dog, but there was one dog whom you would give a bread or two and it would start coming behind you. So that dog would always keep following wherever the band went, oblivious of whether Swami is there or not. So it's just oblivious to that fact. Once the boy started playing, and this particular dog sniffed him. There was a plate kept next to Swami, which had some food items in them. And the dog saw that. Step by step, one at a time, it slowly made its way to Swami. Just imagine, none of the students, none of the devotees around, security, everyone somehow escaped, and it almost came to a stage where the dog is just a few four paces away from Swami, and Swami was looking at it. And at that point in time, people decided to swing into action and run and chase, and Swami stopped everyone. The dog slowly climbed step by step. It reached Swami. Swami took that prasadam, whatever was there, and offered to it. The dog took it and ran away. And Swami said, if you boys have devotion as a tenth of which the dog had, you all can attain mukti too. God is the custodian of the ultimate knowledge. If you just think about it, I definitely do not like to draw analogies, but this was something which I was helpless, because each one can interpret and experience in his own way. The prasad which Swami shared or gave the dog could be termed as the ultimate knowledge or mukti or whatever we can. All that the dog did was steadfast. Till the very end, it had, no matter how many people, no matter what the security, no matter the band playing at one, no matter what the distractions around were, it took every step by step by step, and finally it got it. And God did not stop. He stopped everyone else just to facilitate that. He ensured that the dog came straight, and he gave that prasad to the dog. And it was such a beautiful lesson that if we are steadfast in our actions, in what we are supposed to do, ultimately the Lord Himself will facilitate things in a conducive way. Another very beautiful and interesting episode that I would want to share. In a journey towards mukti, bhagavatamu, the one thing that is a constant companion is Swami's name, the name of the Lord. But so many times, we underestimate the importance or the efficacy of that name. It was boys, there was a particular scene concerning the Pandavas and Krishna. And Swami wanted the boys to look exactly the way Pandavas looked. So every day in the interview room, there were a few teachers who were assisting in the direction of the drama and the costumes and stuff like that, and Swami would tell, did you find the costumes for my boys? The teacher said, yes Swami, we got something, show it to me. He showed all the costumes to Swami, and Swami's face sank, just like, oh no, these are not the dresses for my children. These are for street dramas. I want my boys to look like real Pandavas. I want something better. Okay. So that was from the costumes department of our own hostel. So they decided to venture out a little more. They thought they will get it from Puttaparthi, Bukkapatnam, somewhere around. And the next day, Swami again eagerly waiting in the interview room. He said, "Did you find dresses today?" And these people are also equally excited. "Yes, Swami, we found. Show it to me." They would open the trunk and Swami would again say, "What is this again? You street drama dresses. From where have you got this? Bukkapatnam Padhi?" No, not these kind. I want really good dresses for my boys. They should look like Pandavas. The teachers decided, see, if the director is divine, the expectations would be ethereal. So they decided to go out to Anantapur and get the dresses. Again, Swami equally excited. The moment he saw the dresses, no, these are not what I want. I want something better. Then the teachers understood Swami's expectations. He wanted something which is like the film industry uses. Those kind of dresses, if we get, maybe Swami would be happy. Finally, they went to Bangalore. There was a person who used to supply dresses to the film industry for the actors. They went and saw the dresses. They were really gorgeous. The moment they saw those dresses, they knew for sure deep within the heart that Swami would like it. I said, "Sir, we would want to take this, to show it and get it back for approval. We want those 5 dresses." He said, "Sir, each dress for 1 day, the rent for 1 day is 3,000 rupees. You want to take 5,000, you have to deposit some amount and take it. I cannot give it to you for prison." The moment these people heard 3,000 per dress per day, they said, okay, they paid that amount and they took 1 dress. And they came to Swami. The moment they entered the interview, Swami was again like an enthusiastic child. "Did you get the dresses?" I said, "Yes, Swami, we got something." And they showed, and the moment Swami looked at the dress, "Wow, this is exactly what I wanted." I said, "Yes, Swami, but that comes with a price." I said, "What happened?" I said, "No, Swami, that person said that for each of the dress, the rent for 1 day is 3,000. Here is where the play begins. 3,000 rupees! Oh my God, I don't even have pockets in my dress. I cannot afford that. No, maybe you'll have to come down a little." Swami, "Yes, this is what that person said, 3,000 per day." And you just imagine the way Swami was acting, turning his head here and there, and he said, "Bangaru, did you mention it to that person that you are taking these dresses for Sathya Sai Baba?" Teachers never mentioned the word Swami even once in the entire conversation. Suddenly they realized they never spoke about it. They said, "No, Swami." And that is where the Swami would act. He would just hang his face and go tell him. There is no Sathya Sai Baba in Puttaparthi. He doesn't have enough money. If you can just give some discount or some rebate or something like that, he would be happy, he would feel happy. It is the drama of his students. "Yes, Swami, we'll do that." Immediately they went to Bangalore the next day again and they said, "Sir, sir, we want to tell you one thing." "What is it?" "You heard of Sathya Sai Baba in Puttaparthi? This person, these dresses were for Swami. Why did you tell me?" The next moment he was there in Puttaparthi, in this entire truck. All film industry costumes were there in Parthi. This day, when these teachers were absolutely excited, they thought that they had achieved a great feat. They entered the interview room, and Swami is just like an all-knowing Swami, sitting there, calm. All this while he was acting as if he was super excited about the dresses and things. He said, "Come in. Remember one thing, Mangaru, in life, at least once, if you take the name Sai, half of your problems will be solved. But you all never take my name at all." That was one of the most beautiful lessons, the direct physical relevance of the name Sai, what it means and what role it plays. This is the journey that we all take up, and these episodes are the ones that actually give us that strength to take the next spiritual step forward. It's an opportunity for each one of us. It's a great chance to just know Bhagavan. And it's just a small anecdote that I would want to end with. Alexander the Great, after conquering half the world, one fine day visits a museum. The museum had a very strange statue. Alexander summons the curator and asks him, "What is this strange statue?" The curator tells, "Master, the name of this statue is opportunity." Alexander asks, "Why is this statue blindfolded then?" The curator says, "Master, the statue is blindfolded because when opportunity comes a man's way, he is seldom aware. He is often blind to it." And then Alexander asks, "Then why does the statue have wings?" The curator replies, "Master, the statue has wings because even before a man could realize that an opportunity has come his way, it has already flown past him." It's a great opportunity for all of us to know Swami, to follow a life that is directed by His principles. And there is nothing greater that we can ask for. I am deeply in debt to each and every one of you for giving me this opportunity yet again to share those moments and relive those moments that we spent with the Divine. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.
Swami, we thank you for drenching us in your love every day. Brother, thank you for bringing us a shot of that over here. From our family, here we have a small token just for this occasion. Thank you. We thank Muralidhara and Parvati for helping us focus back on the Eye to Eye series.
Shine, shine, shine. Sukhino